Hey everyone, GirlMeetsPixels here, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you guys a speed build, renovate, decorate kind of video. This first part is going to be me just cleaning up the exterior, changing all of the landscaping, and just basically everything that's on the outside of the house. It was just too long of a video for me to put in the decorating and the exterior changing up of everything, so that's why we have two different parts. It'll be two parts, but yeah, so this first one is here in 114 Foothill Drive, and it's actually a house that came with the town of Starlight Shores with the Showtime expansion pack. And one of my current household sims, Nicole Calvin, she lives in Starlight Shores, and had gone over to her friend's house who lives in this particular house, and it was the most hideous, most ugliest house I had ever seen, which I think was supposed to be like the point of it. But the layout and everything is super cute. It reminds me of just like a California style little bungalow home. And I was like, oh my gosh, this house would be so adorable. There's like a family living in here. I guess the sim that had come with Starlight Shores had moved out or something. So I was like, oh, this is like a little mini family home. They're just like starting out. I'm like, oh, I should totally decorate it up for these little sims to live in it. So that's what I did. This house will be available for download in the next part. Being that I didn't build it or anything like that, but it did come with EA's game and everything, I don't feel too bad about uploading it because it wasn't like one of you guys that built it or anything. So yeah, I didn't really change too much of like the floor plan or anything like that. It's mostly just all cosmetic, which I don't know. I mean, like I said, I felt like the layout and everything was pretty cute. There's not really too much I would change to it. Unless I like went in and like revamped and made it completely like bigger and added like a second story or a basement or something like that. But I really didn't want to change up anything that was too major in the house. So yeah, it's just mostly a cosmetic change, but I think it turns out really, really cute. I really like it. But yeah, so right now I am changing up the exterior of the house and trying to find a pattern that works well. I was on Pinterest and Google trying to find California bungalow homes, and I found a couple different ones, and so I was testing out those exteriors onto this house. So like this white shingled one was one that I had seen, but then I felt like it just looked too bland and too just, well, it just was not cute. I was like, no, it doesn't work for this house, even though I love the siding like that with like the, I don't know, is it like shingles or something? I don't know what to call it, but so right now I'm like testing it out and everything, but I eventually change it to something completely different. It actually changes a lot. But yeah, so I really have been loving doing these like renovation style videos. It's not like me having to go and like sit and like try to build a house and build the floor plan and deal with issues that sometimes happens in The Sims 3. So it's been really nice just doing like renovations of homes that already exist, because I love decorating and I love changing up stuff. And usually when my Sims move into a house, whether it came with the town or I downloaded it from somewhere, I almost always revamp it and renovate it and change it to how I want it to be. So doing this is just kind of helping make my towns look better. So I want to continue doing stuff like this. I know some of you guys mentioned in the last Let's Renovate video that I did about doing like a whole town and revamping an entire town. I don't know like if I'll do that or not. I think that'd be kind of cool to do maybe like an EA town or something, because there is a lot of ugly houses, especially made by EA. There's definitely some ugly towns with some ugly houses, and I'm just like not all about it. So I don't know, comment down below what kind of towns from EA expansion packs would you guys like me to maybe possibly decorate from or renovate from. But yeah, so comment that down below, let me know. I don't really know what you guys would want to see, so but I think it'd be a cool kind of thing to start doing, especially because right now I'm not doing LPs or anything like that, so it would be kind of like a new series, but kind of not. But along with like LPs and stuff, those will be returning. Do not worry. I know some of you guys have been like, when's your LPs returning? They'll be returning soon. Do not worry. Like I said, they're on a little bit of a break right now, just because I found filming LPs and stuff to be just so boring and repetitive and tedious, and not so much in the gameplay of it, just the filming of it. So right now I'm just needing to take a little bit of a break, but yeah. Anyways, back to this house. The exterior paint and siding is how it's going to stay. It's kind of like this taupey kind of color, a little bit more warmer than a true taupe. But I really like it. It has a little bit of a craftsman style to it, and I think it's really cute. I'm going in and adding like these little planks. I don't know what to like call them. I think they'd be planks, and they're on the one more slot please little mod thing where you can put things on it and put them basically anywhere and raise them up or down. So it shouldn't interfere like with your Sims walking or anything like that. I do need to test it and everything. But yeah, so I just added that to add like a little bit of a trim to where the roof meets with the normal siding. And I think it's a really nice touch. I think it's really cute. And I don't know, I wish there was something that just came in the game already that we could do like that, but I had to, you know, use some custom content for that. This house will have a lot of custom content. Some of the exterior stuff will be custom content, but I will be uploading this unfurnished for you guys in the next video. You guys will have the option to have it unfurnished or furnished. The furnished version is going to have a lot of custom content, and then the unfurnished version will have less. It will just have very minimal, like the front door and then the little things I just put on the house, the little trim. I don't know what to call it. I guess we'll just call it the little white trim. So that will be custom content, and it will be included into the file most likely. Like I said in the last video, custom content in The Sims 3, when you export it with houses and stuff, gets just really messy and really complicated. I personally, as like a CC downloader / hoarder, I prefer having unfurnished houses. So, and that's just because I like to go in and decorate and stuff. But I know some of you guys don't really like that as much. So that's why I include the furnished and unfurnished versions so that you guys get that option. But personally, I suggest just going with the unfurnished version because it's going to come with a lot less custom content, and it's going to help your game not freak out like the custom content furnished version will. And then also, I think some of the windows and stuff are custom content as well. I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to go back and look at that. I might go through and do like a custom content CC like list. I don't know if I will do that or not because that's a lot of energy, and these days I don't have as much energy as I am used to having. But I will let you guys know. I haven't decided yet, but I'll let you know. But yeah, so the house is actually really coming together. We're working on the porches and trying to figure out what kind of flooring for that. And I decided to go with wood just to kind of give some warmth to the space and to kind of, I don't know, just help it look homey. I find when you do like stone and stuff like that, it kind of makes the house look a little cold. But when you do wood flooring, I think it just makes it look so warm and homey. And I don't know, I always like it a little bit better. And then I'm going in and recoloring all the windows so they're, you know, a nice crisp white, and they kind of match the house a lot better. Going in and changing up that's like, it's not fully like the ceiling, it's just kind of like the top part of the ceiling. And I always like to go in and just make it like a dark gray so it just kind of blends in with the house. It's not like anything weird like a pink or a neon green or anything like that. And then we're going in and adding stairs, and there's like these little blocks that I have right next to the stairs, as you can see. And I think in the furnished version, I'm gonna put some flower pots on there and stuff. But you can just delete them if you don't like them. I just felt like they were kind of different, a little bit cool. Of like, I don't know, it kind of makes it look like there's different levels to the porches. So I wanted to put some decor on there, but I decided to leave them blank for the unfurnished version. But yeah, so they're going in, adding stairs, trying to figure it out. I did a white and gray stair with like the gray on top, or yeah, I think the gray is on top, and then the rest of the stair is white. I always love doing that because it's fun, you know. Painted stairs are really cute, and I really like them. And for like this house, it kind of started going a little bit more craftsman style. Not like super intensely craftsman, but it's pretty close to like that kind of range of style. And in Craftsman style, I always notice that they have a lot of like painted stairs. Not always, but often that's what they have. So I decided to go with that. And then trying to make these little columns work. I wanted very just simple columns, so that's why I went with those ones. And then we're just recoloring the garage now. And so far, like the house, like the exterior and everything's really coming together. I have no clue about landscaping at this point, so I'm like, okay, let's figure this out. I make it easy and start with the garage and the little driveway. At first I was like, oh, we could do like this cute, like simple, like little stone and grass thing. But then I was like, no. I mean, some people have that and stuff, but it makes it look a little bit more rustic and more like in the country. And this isn't Starlight Shores. They're in the city. So even though they're on like the outskirts of it, a little bit more of like the suburban area of Starlight Shores, if you really want to call it suburban. But yeah, so I was like testing out the different ones, and I think I actually end up going with this one here, this dark asphalt, just because it's the cleanest and it doesn't really have too much of a certain style. It's not too modern, it's not too country. It's just like that nice, just simple asphalt driveway. And then I wanted to trim it out to give a little bit of an effect, like, I don't know, it's just fancier, it looks nicer. I personally like trimming out my driveways. So this one has a little bit of like a wider opening. I don't know why that sounds weird, but like it does. And I like doing that sometimes to kind of give more shape. As you can see, like the house and the garage are just like these little rectangles. So when you have something like that, it helps give it a little bit more of like a shape, a little bit more of design interest than there is before. It's not just like your simple square, rectangle, triangle. This kind of gives it a little bit more of an abstract shaping to it. And then I started testing out fences. I was like, oh, I want to do a fence like in the front yard and do like a cute little gate to come on inside. And I spend forever on it, and I actually end up not going with the fence in the front. I really, really liked it, but it was just too heavy. I don't know why. I just did not like it. It just was not cute. And you guys will see me. I think I tested out and everything. And I was like, nope, this ain't working. Not for me. Even though it was like really cute, I wanted to do like this cute white picket fence, but I just felt like it was just too busy with the house, and I couldn't connect it for the backyard, and it was just too weird. And especially with the driveway. The driveway made it like really difficult, because I was like, oh, now I have to trim it out with the fence because it wouldn't make sense for you to be able to just step on over. Like I had to make it realistic, unfortunately, and so I in the end decided to not go with the picket fence because it was just too ugly. It really was. It was really ugly. I was like, no, I can't. Even though I really like the idea of it. So, yeah, I was kind of sad about that. But maybe the next house I can do that. I was like trying to test out different ways to make it look okay. And then I started going in and doing a path. I was like, maybe if I add a path at the front, it will make it look better. And then I was just like getting frustrated. So you'll see me just like delete it, and then I think there might be a little bit of a jump cut or something. There's like a new fence or something, because I was like, I cannot deal with this. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I end up doing a different driveway now that I think about it, instead of the dark asphalt. Oh no, maybe not. Oh, I don't remember now. I don't remember what the house ends up looking like. But yeah, so there we jump, and now there's no more fence, and now I just decided to just fence in the backyard only and keep the front yard open. Even though I really wanted like a cute little fenced front yard, but I was like, no, it's pissing me off. It's too much for me. I can't do this. So it balances out better with just the backyard being fenced off. Here I am still trying to get that fence in, and I'm just like, no, it's not working, Brittany, just give up. Oh, it was so frustrating though. But the fence ends up being a nice white. I wanted to maybe do like a darker kind of wood tone, but then I was like, no, a white, just simple fence is just the way to go for this house. And then I took this wood little trim and decided to make it a brick, which I thought was really cute. Yeah, I think it stays like this asphalt. I don't know. And then I don't know. I can't remember how this ended up turning out. It's a surprise for both you and me at this point right now. But yeah, so stuff is finally starting to like fully come together. I'm starting to be able to get like a better vision of the house. We're going in, adding the gates, and there's a little side gate there, so you can get from the garage to the front yard easily, or from the front yard to the garage easily. I think that's really nice to have. I think multiple entrances into your backyard are always so much more convenient than having just one. And then now I'm starting to go in and do landscaping. And I wanted to go with trees and plants and stuff that was already mostly being used in Starlight Shores so that it fits in. Like, I wouldn't go in and just start adding in like all these aspen trees when Starlight Shores doesn't really have that many aspen trees. So I made sure to like stick to kind of the same landscaping theme that a lot of the other houses had with like their plants, but just made it cuter. Basically, that's all I did. I did the little garden with rock surrounding it. That's like one of my favorite things to do. I either do like little trim or I do the rocks, and I just love it so much because it's just so cute. But yeah, so I picked out all the plants that I wanted to do and then started trying to fill them in. And then from there, I either delete the plants that just are not working or I have to add in new plants, stuff like that. And I also made sure that they're not poking through the wall. That drives me absolutely crazy. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but it drives me seriously crazy when a bunch of trees and bushes and stuff are poking through the walls of the house. I'm like, nuh-uh, like get out of my house, trees. You're not allowed to be here. So I don't know, does that drive you guys crazy too? Because it's such a big pet peeve of mine when people just have like 20 million plants sticking through their houses. I'm like, don't you see that? Don't you like want to get rid of that or fix it or something? But yeah, so the landscaping, the plants and stuff, I kind of just threw together. Normally I feel like I do them a lot better, but I don't know. I was having some issues with just trying to pick the right plants that I wanted to use. We do have a little bit of sunflowers. I figured, they're in Starlight Shores, which is supposed to be like LA or Hollywood of, the Sims world. And I feel like this is supposed to be like sunny all the time, kind of like LA is here for us in the real world. So I felt like sunflowers fit it perfectly. And then I wanted to extend the path, but then it kept running into the tree, and I was like, well, that doesn't work. So I was like, okay. And then I had stopped filming and then started filming again, but I forgot to push the button to actually film. So then I just added a little bit of the plants and stuff to the right side of the yard. That's really all you guys miss. And then I was like, oh wait, I'm not filming. I was like, oh, I should push record. That probably would help. Okay, so that's where I got confused. I was like, I remember extending the little pathway. So I do extend the pathway and everything, but the driveway doesn't change. It stays like that asphalt color. But we do have where the other path matches the sidewalk, which I thought was really nice. It kind of makes it look like it just fits right on in to the area and all that stuff. You might have to change it. Because it might not line up properly for wherever you place this house, but for how I had it, it worked perfectly fine. I'm going in also with terrain tools and giving a little bit of elevation, giving a little bit of interest. That's been like a new thing I've been trying to do for my lots, so they're just not super flat, because not every plot of land is super flat. It's not realistic in that sense. So I've been going in and trying to just add a little bit of depth and a little bit of height and interest to the land. And then we hop towards the backyard and the garage, adding in a little side door there so you can get on inside. And then I extend that path all the way up to here and then decide to stop it so that it's not like taking up the entire backyard. And then I also trim it out. I just have to. It's too weird for me just to like leave it and just be like, okay, good enough. So I always have to like give a little bit of a trimming to it. And then adding in some porch lights, that's important, which is one of my favorite things to do. I always love adding in porch lights and all that good stuff. And then, yeah, I go with like these ones from Pets, and I love them so much. They're like one of my favorite exterior lights to use, and I always want to use them on every single house, but I try not to. And then I did decide to put a pool in their backyard. Like I said, they live in Starlight Shores, so it's kind of like the Hollywood place. And I feel like everyone in Hollywood and LA, at least when I've been there, has pools. Like everyone has pools because it's hot all the time, and you want to cool off and stay cool. So yeah, I put in a pool, and it's not too big. It's kind of a weird-ish shape, but I wanted to get the most use, or the biggest size I could get out of it. So that's why I had like a little bit of that bump out there, but I think it works. It's a very simple pool, but it's a small home. It's not like they're gonna be having like 30 million people here. I mean, maybe they will, but they're all gonna have to squeeze into the pool or something. And then I decided to change up the coloring and stuff. I wanted to do like a cool brick kind of thing. And I ended up going with more of like a concrete, like a poured concrete. And I changed up the color of it. This is the one I go with. But I think it turns out looking really nice. It is very similar in color to the house, and I wanted it to kind of more blend in than anything. I didn't want it to be like a super like bold pool or like stand out too much. Just kind of blend in and everything. And eventually, like in the furnished version, you guys will see in that video, like I add patio furniture and I make it look a little bit more lived in instead of just like a pool just randomly in the backyard. So right now I feel like it looks really awkward, but it eventually changes when I furnish it and give them like, you know, patio furniture stuff out there. It makes it just look better. Add some lounge chairs, stuff like that. And then going in, adding a tree into the backyard. Just trying to give, you know, a little bit of landscaping because there wasn't too much room left in the backyard after adding in the pool. And I still wanted them to have like a grassy kind of area to be able to, you know, play and have their kids run around, stuff like that. So I felt like just a simple tree, and then I do some of like the flowers and stuff to the side, and I call it good with the landscaping because I just didn't want it to take over the backyard too much. But yeah, so just a little bit of that, and then I just pull the plants from the front to the back, and I was like, yep, sounds good to me. I love it. Cute. Make it easy. But yeah, so anyways, I think I'm going to leave you guys here to watch the rest of the video. Let me know down below, like, how have you guys been enjoying these videos? I know on the last one you guys really enjoyed it, and I definitely plan on doing more. They're just a bunch of fun to film right now, and I've really been enjoying doing them. So for like download stuff and everything, that will be in the next part, in the second part, when we do all that decorating and all that super fun stuff. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and also if you're not already subscribed, make sure to click that button down below, and I will see you all in my very next video. Bye guys.